Okay. Hello.
You're live, Pat,
started.
you're live.
Welcome to the show. 2 Men in the Shed. I'm Dan.
I'm Justin.
And yeah,
Charlotte.
hello. So welcome to the show, Charlotte.
Thank you.
We're going to start off with a few weeks ago in one of our shows. I mentioned a story about someone I work with, and and a specific Haggis story, which I thought was hilarious. I think I didn't stop laughing for the rest of the day when you told me this. But yeah, so we have Charlotte on the show today with us, and
I don't know how I got it, to be honest.
no,
From
neither do I.
sharing that story to now being on the podcast.
Yeah.
Well, I think I think I called you an idiot.
Yeah, dumbass
yeah.
16-year-old.
Dumbass 16-year-old, yeah. I said, are you a dumbass 16-year-old? I think is what I asked Fat Boy. He said, no, you're 20-something.
Yeah.
So obviously we can talk about that. I think I did backpedal a bit. I said, at least you asked the question. But
Wow.
I found it hard to believe that somebody could think a haggis was an actual animal
Yeah.
as opposed to a dish.
To be honest, looking back on it now, I realised how stupid it was.
So why didn't you do you want to explain the story?
Right.
And also obviously where you saw it, like what
Yeah.
how that leads into it.
So it was on TikTok, and it was by a girl that I'd followed for a while, which probably made it more believable, I think, because I've seen her for a while. But yeah, she was just talking about how it's Burns night. She was going to kill her pet haggis that they have every year. And yeah, and then it just led me down a rabbit hole because then I was searching what the animal looked like. And then all the comments on this TikTok were saying about the haggis, like how they name it and stuff. I just...
Now, Dan, you said to me that you went online and looked up haggis, and you actually found a website that showed a haggis animal.
Yeah, there was pictures of it, of this
Oh,
random weird animal.
Like with a wig on its head.
Yeah, so weird. And there was a website that showed that
I feel like you
explained.
need to put the animal like on the screen.
Yeah,
Just to understand.
Maybe I'll add it in for the YouTube viewers.
Yeah.
Just pop it on the screen.
yeah. You could do it for the cover photo.
However, you probably should explain, just in case there's people out there that think there are haggis animals running around,
I was
what
talking-
haggis is.
It's the size of a sheep that's basically put into the lining of a sheep's stomach and then boiled. I
So
believe.
it's a meal.
It's a
Yeah.
food, yeah.
It's a Scottish meal.
Yeah.
Well, this is what I thought until I saw the video. And that's why I was so confused.
Yeah, the website I found was even funnier. It has a whole backstory about this, and then it also has photos of said haggis, and it's literally just a picture of a path in a bush, and it says we can see the haggis, well-worn haggis path, and it's like, oh my god, ridiculous. Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
I was saying just before the show that my kids didn't know what a physical bar of soap was, because we've always bought the little bottles of soap with this little pump and you wash your hands with that. So they went many years without actually knowing what a bar of soap was. And when my wife bought a bar of soap one time, they're like, what is that? And so it felt very strange. No one would know that haggis wasn't an animal,
Yeah.
but at the same time,
But a bar of soap.
a bar of soap.
Yeah.
Like
so,
if you go to a Premier Inn, like they have the little bars of soap in the packets. Or like hotels or just anything.
Or even in Lush.
Surely
Yeah.
they would have seen the bar of soap.
no, my wife likes to prepare for things, so we probably, if we went to say a hotel stay anywhere, she probably would have brought some of the soap with us.
Fair enough.
Okay. I thought I was prepared.
Yeah.
Takes it to a whole new level.
Okay, so I think you brought some topics to talk about.
Yes.
If there's things you want to talk about, then we don't know what they are. I think you mentioned a couple of them. I
Yeah.
wasn't really paying attention. That's like me normally.
I'm sorry, and you were saying 16-year-olds have an attention span of
I was focusing on setting up.
yeah,
Maybe
sure.
I'm not the dumbass.
I'm all right. I'm the one in the I'm the one in the corner with the dunce's cap on.
Yeah.
There we go.
I was going to bring my hat, but I thought little snowman. So.
Fair enough. So,
Right.
what was the first topic you want to talk about?
Oh, so how easily influenced people are, and generally the age of people now on social media. Because I think, like when I grew up, I had a phone at 10 years old, but there wasn't apps on it because it was so like low tech. But now, if you look at a phone, if a 10-year-old was on like social media,
But I think we've briefly talked about this before. Is that it's partly down to the parents where they can control what apps are on the child's phone, I guess.
yeah, but
And-
you never really know.
Yes, that's true. But I think Justin will tell you that I think you control,
Yeah,
Wow.
my kids' phones are very tightly controlled.
so you can see what everything's on.
They're not allowed TikTok.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Agree with that one.
They're not allowed YouTube Kids either. That's worse than anything else.
Cute kids.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's full of political stuff nowadays, aimed at kids. But my first phone had Snake. That was about all I had on my phone.
Yeah.
Snake, the game. There's some Nokia, great big thing with a little aerial sticking out of it.
That's how it is.
Yeah, there it
I
is, yeah.
played the Snake game on my mum's phone.
Did you?
Yeah.
If you go to the local museum, they have the old phones out, and then there's my first phone sat in the museum.
God.
So
Oh, that's awful.
I remember having a Motorola. And it had two lines of text as a display, and I remember changing the aerial for an LED one that flashed every time someone rings you.
yeah.
Great. Can't do that now.
The other thing is when you're typing on your phone, now everyone's got a nice full-size sort of keyboard
Oh, my-
to type on your phone.
Yeah.
Whereas you used to have to hit the buttons quite a number of times. Like number one would be A, B, and C. So
Oh.
A, you push it once for A, push it twice for B, push it 3 times for C. I can't remember what it's called, T27 or something like that, the keyboard layout.
Especially how slow people are typing
Just
messages.
I'm completely off topic as usual.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Bring us back then. What we got?
It was a bullying, wasn't it? No, it wasn't bullying. It was the attention span, which is
Yeah, and the
ties
age
quite,
of people.
quite neatly into what we were talking about,
Yeah.
how we branched off.
Yeah, I don't know how we did that.
No.
So when you say the age of people, you mean that there's a lot of very young
Yeah,
people on?
100%. Like, people, like 10-year-olds have Facebook. Like, what are you doing on Facebook? Like, your friends aren't on Facebook.
No.
So, or like, I don't know,
What age were you on Facebook?
15?
15.
So that's 6 years ago.
Yeah, and I don't really use it.
Yeah, I mean, I've noticed that a lot of people now, because you don't do this, you don't really use WhatsApp, do you? To message
No,
people.
because
And I've noticed now that a lot of younger people, especially like my girls as well, they'll use any other app they can. They're using Snapchat, they're using
yeah, I use Snapchat. a
yeah.
lot.
Some of the others, but they won't use, nobody would use.
I don't get
It's weird.
Snapchat. Don't you have to take a picture to send a message?
Not always, but the thing is, like,
You used to, I think, when it first came
Yeah.
out. You had to
Yeah.
take a photo. So I remember sitting with my sales guy, and we're driving along, and he's texting and driving as he does. Or
oh dear.
but he's taking pictures of the footwell to send a message because you had to take a photo in order to send a message. So he just snapped a photo with it down by his feet and to send a message. And it's like, really? Why don't you use WhatsApp?
So what do you do now? What do you do now? Just
It's literally like a chat.
Mm.
But because I got it when I was younger and all my friends were on it, we've just continued to use that. So
interesting.
some of my friends use WhatsApp, but I don't. Just, if I've got a text you, I'll text you normally.
Oh, okay.
I
That's
don't really
interesting.
get the point of WhatsApp if you have text message.
Because a lot of phone contracts now they will give you unlimited text, but most of them
Oh.
won't. Most will give you like a number.
Go with Tesco Mobile. Yeah.
Tesco's, if you want to sponsor us.
I was about to say that.
I have a club card, so
That's right. To be honest, if you don't have a club card, what are you doing at this point?
that's true.
And I actually went in there off topic. They have £5 meal deal now. What is going on? It's like a luxury one.
All right, £5.
Just
Luxury meal from Tesco's
Yeah.
for £5.
and it's not even that good to be honest.
It was only £5.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it used to be £3. So that's the issue.
Back to the social media.
Different topic completely.
Fantastic.
What platforms are you on then? Do you use a lot of social media, or are you?
Well,
TikTok
I
and
pretty
Snapchat.
much have all of them. I think Facebook,
Do you know?
Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, Pinterest, TikTok. LinkedIn, Be Real.
The fuck's that?
You
Never,
guys-
never heard of Be Real.
No. What's that?
So you get like a little thing pop up, and you have to take a picture of it. In, I think it's 2 minutes,
Yeah.
and then,
I
so it's like more authentic. So you can see what your friend's doing at that exact point. I hate it, to be honest. I don't use it.
yeah, no, I would never use that.
I'd never see it.
Well,
No,
yeah,
I literally don't go on the
Right.
app.
Most of the time, my phone's on silent.
What if you're in,
and
what if
I
you're in the shower though, or something?
You don't have to take a
Oh, okay.
picture. If you don't
You're
want
going to
to.
install it then, won't you?
Jesus.
No.
Start sending things to people saying, I need a photo now.
It's just weird. It's just a weird.
Yeah, I don't, honestly, I don't think it's a good app. But yeah. TikTok's the main one.
I think it's just because a lot of social media companies make a lot of money and people are just
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to think up unique ideas
Yeah.
to make themselves slightly different.
It's like
Oh,
a
yeah.
twist.
Because Be Real was a trend last, like,
Right.
kind of, I think it was like summertime.
Hmm.
Well, that's when I downloaded it anyway. But, yeah. It's just
Okay.
trend.
So the problem is lots of young people on social media. There is a lot of old people on social media as well. I think you just don't see them. As a young person, they're getting really good with their algorithms.
Yeah, I was
They'll
about to
show
say.
you what you want to see.
Yeah.
So I see a lot of older people
Mm.
on there, but then I watch mostly political things
Yeah.
on
Oh, I don't like politics.
I just-
YouTube.
I tend to only really have like Facebook for keeping in contact with people. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So people that aren't close enough for you to have their phone number, but close enough for you to talk to them every so often. You know what I mean?
So I have Facebook, but I never use it.
Yeah.
It's installed on my phone, and every time I accidentally click it, it really pisses me off because then it will start sending me notifications.
Yeah.
If you don't log into it for like 5 weeks or something, it will stop sending you notifications, or at least my phone stops letting them through.
Yeah.
Then when I hit it by accident
Yeah.
and it opens, that's it. For the next few weeks, I'm getting notifications from Facebook that I don't care about.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tag you every 5 weeks in something.
I'll uninstall it. Just get uninstalled.
I just think Facebook's a place where people complain.
Oh my
Like-
God, yes.
All the mums,
Yeah.
they're on it
Yeah.
24/7.
All the Karens.
You know their life story
Yeah.
just through Facebook. You don't even have to know.
Yeah.
To me, that's Twitter.
Oh, really?
I don't like.
Twitter's where you go to complain.
But yeah,
To
Twitter's
be fair, our marketing, the amount of hate comments we get sometimes,
Yeah.
like, I'm just trying to do my job, you know. Just leave me alone,
Twitter's pretty bad, yeah.
especially for the metaverse.
yeah.
Oh god.
It's a very negative place, right? But
I have to keep my account now because I use the Oculus Quest for the VR.
right.
And I used to have it, and you had Quest login. It was on its own. Then it got bought by Facebook, and then they changed it so you have to log in with a Facebook account. Stupid. And it's constantly prompting you, show everyone what you're doing. No, I don't want to show everyone what I'm doing. What? No one cares if
Just
I'm
leave me alone.
playing a game.
Yeah. Well, you don't know that really until you, like, I mean, yeah, people just kind of start things because they feel like it, and then it builds a following, right? Like taking pictures of food. People follow that all the time.
Yeah, for inspiration.
Yeah.
Yeah, social media isn't all bad. Obviously, there is positives.
Yeah. I'm just
Like people can literally make a living out of it now, which I think is quite cool. But then everyone can do it. How is it authentic?
But until they say something wrong, and
Oh,
then
yeah,
they
and
get
then you'll be
cancelled.
Yeah.
Now, you did mention you wanted to talk about cancel
Yeah.
culture. I think that's the
Oh, my
perfect
God.
transition
Yeah.
because
I mean, we've not been cancelled yet. Some of the stuff we've said,
Well,
that's only because, like,
nobody's seen it.
I think podcast wise, I think we're at about 70 people,
that's not bad.
and YouTube. Which brings me on to the advertisers. So on the last, you probably didn't watch that bit because you only watched 1 minute of it.
Short
on the last podcast Monday just gone, I mentioned Zan wanted to do zombies and space and all this sort of stuff. So I mentioned that the zombie episode done terribly. It had like 9 views, and he pointed out it's because I didn't advertise it. I advertised a couple of the others. I put like just
Yeah.
£5.
Yeah.
Advertise £5, and it goes for 1 day, and they're getting about 360 sort of views from 1 day of advertising, and the typical watch time sort of like in the 7 or 8 hours. So he challenged me and said, you need to do the advertising for the zombie one because he thinks it will do just as well.
No. I just wanted to see a comparison.
So I done the advertising for the zombie one, It got 250 views, and from those 250 views, bearing in mind the episode is an hour long, it got a total of 2 hours and 20 minutes of view time from
So one person watched all the way through.
250 people.
Well, it's all right.
So it doesn't do as well. But I'm more than happy to talk about that sort of stuff because it's quite fun to talk about.
Yeah, definitely.
But as I said, it needs to be a side channel.
But yeah, cancel culture.
Cancel
Back to this.
culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've gone on to zombies.
That's episode 2.
Yeah, God,
That's the issue.
didn't know I came here to do that. Anyways,
But no. What was your angle on this one?
cancel culture. Well, just as soon as one like an influencer or someone famous slips up,
Yeah.
everyone will try and cancel them, and it's just bullying, isn't it? Really,
I think so.
to like extreme levels.
But given a name, given under a different
But
name.
sometimes the things people are cancelled for is just so minute and just irrelevant that if like a normal person did it, it wouldn't be that like bad. Like I don't know, everyone
mean-
messes up.
You mean like if we do our show, no one cares because there's not that many people watching. But
Yeah,
yeah, when you get someone that's really big, and it's not even if they mess up, I think. Sometimes they'll say something intentionally because they believe it.
yeah, and it just doesn't fit.
Other people don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't fit their view of the world. So then they go off and try and get things cancelled.
Is that wrong? That's wrong, right? It's not right.
Well, yeah, it's wrong.
No, I just
I just
mean,
don't think people should be like publicly like ashamed for. I don't know. It depends what they do,
I
obviously,
was going to say it depends what it is, but
because obviously some people probably do deserve it.
I mean, there's that age-old saying there, like, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all.
Yeah, but when you're online, you literally can hide behind a screen,
Well, that's the issue.
and that
We done on a different show. We mentioned about should obese people pay more for healthcare. So Dan's view was, in the end, yes, they should. So not at first. If the doctor says to them, you have to lose weight
yeah.
because it's causing you health problems, and then they don't, he said then they should pay more towards the healthcare because they haven't followed the doctor's advice, which has led to it costing more for the NHS and stuff like that.
Right.
So, but that's an example of something that could get you cancelled.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's just a discussion, for a theoretical discussion. But someone could say you're being, I don't know, fat phobic,
Mm.
and you end up getting someone would chase to get you cancelled. Now, I guarantee if we had millions of followers,
Yeah.
there'd be a large screaming to have us cancelled from a comment like that.
The thing is, I am.
Now, I'm not blaming you because I've made 50 comments, probably just as bad.
Yes,
But
I was going to say I'm technically fat phobic, I guess, because I'm afraid of becoming fat because I might get various diseases, diabetes, heart attack, whatever it is. So yeah, I'm afraid of it, but not other people. That's what that means.
now, I think you'll find most men are generally all right with being called fat.
Yeah, well, that's kind of a matter of opinion, isn't it?
But I'd say men more so than women. I don't know if you want to disagree with me there. But if someone called me fat, I used to be a little bit podgy. If someone said to me, "Oh, you're getting a bit podgy there,"
Yeah.
I'd be thinking, "Yeah, you're right. I better get
Yeah, I
down.
think
I
women
better get
would
down the
be a bit
gym. I
more
better get
offended.
do some running. I hate running, but I think women would take more offence.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not talking about a random stranger pointing you going, "You're a bit podgy." If your mate said to you, "You're looking a bit podgy now," would you take offence? If I said to you, "Dan, you've put on a few pounds. You're looking a bit larger,"
I would be deeply
Yeah,
offended.
would you?
Just shut
you,
your
you,
mouth.
you, you might be. I know. I'm pretty sure Fat Boy would be. I said, I can't stop calling you Fat Boy.
If so, there's a difference, isn't there?
I think
Because-
you have a minor offence in it.
No. It's a difference between friends calling you and strangers. Friends calling you, they do it out of care. They care about you.
Yeah.
Strangers are doing it because they're being spiteful or
Okay.
potentially. I think more so than anything else.
So Charlotte, if Dan said to you, "You're getting a bit podgy,"
I'd be absolutely mortified.
so it's not just about friends. It's not just about friends. See,
You're assuming that we're friends.
you are
Yeah,
friends.
but even if my friends said that, I'd be like, okay.
Really?
Yeah. Who do you think you're talking to? And that's why I have no friends.
Yeah. Yes.
Joking, I do have friends.
But hold on. Because would you not then, like, if you were, let's say you were eating loads of cake all the time and you were putting on, loads of weight, would you not want someone to at least bring it.
I think
to
it
your attention.
depends how they said it, but I honestly don't know how we got onto this topic.
Being
Cancel
offensive.
culture, being
Oh,
offensive.
cancel culture, and then
Yeah.
on to fat
As soon as you say something someone doesn't like, cancel.
yeah, it
Um,
literally becomes minuscule.
and I think a lot of it's there's a difference between men and women the way they look at things. I say most men, whilst they might not like being called podgy or fat or something like that, they take that as a they'll do something about it. Well, yeah. If someone calls me fat and I'm fat,
Yeah.
I'll be like, yeah, they can see it. I can see it.
I feel like women get a bit more offended.
Well,
Well, at least I do.
well, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say,
Not speaking all of you.
I have a friend who was large, and she went to gym to lose some weight, and then didn't have a go at me, but literally said to me, "Why didn't you tell me I was fat?" I was like, "Because like you don't just come out with something like that. It's just
Yeah, it depends on the conversation.
yeah." But she was like, "No, no." She was
You
like,
can't just say that, can you?
"No," but she expected someone, to say it. So
She got a mirror.
and that's
So you're going to think I'm being offensive there, but I'm serious. So, she's saying to you, "Why didn't you tell me I'm getting fat?" She got a mirror.
yeah, but that's
Do you not see?
that's your mental image, isn't it? You don't see it. That's the thing.
Oh, I
Yeah,
did.
what's the word? When you can't actually tell what you look like.
Oh,
There's a word for it.
Blind.
God, that.
I can't think of the word.
Oh my god, that's really going to annoy me.
Well, yeah, I
Think
know.
about it.
Is it dysmorphia? No.
Body dysmorphia. Yeah, it's kind. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Some
I
people can think that they're really fat, but actually quite skinny.
I think a lot of really skinny people have that issue, and it doesn't matter how slim they get, they still see themselves as not slim enough in places and stuff, and that's how you end up with like the really unhealthy skinniness.
Yeah.
But I can't see that from the other side. When someone's large, you can't be looking in the mirror thinking, "I'm so slim." Surely.
No, it's not that. They don't necessarily think that. It's just they don't think they're fat. There's a difference.
Get some scales.
Just say it how it
I,
is.
well, because
I think some people just can't be bothered.
yeah, well,
Like they
that's-
just
yeah,
don't care about the way they look or they're in a bad.
bad
Like,
place.
yeah.
I'm doing the same thing.
Sometimes I don't know, your health isn't your priority. So
So I stopped smoking 14 or 15 years ago. I still vape, but I stopped with cigarettes about 14 or 15 years ago now. And I was always 10 stone 2. I put on nearly 2 stone within a few weeks of stopping smoking. Well, a month or so of stopping smoking.
Yeah, which is standard.
And it took me literally till last month to get back to 10 stone 2.
Wow.
I didn't really try that hard, but it was probably about 3 or 4 months ago. I thought, well, this now I'm gonna drop back down to my proper weight. So I've been exercising.
Yeah, yeah.
Took me, say, 14 years to get around to it, but if you want to do it, you can.
yeah. Some people just like the lifestyle, I guess.
I think if you're stuck in a rut, you don't see it definitely, and like you say, it's like
Well, yeah, you just don't care.
low
about it, do
priority.
you?
But if something significant happens in your life that breaks you out of that cycle, then people then want to do something about it. I think
Yeah,
that's what I found anyway.
I think it's more than just being a weight. It's more of a lifestyle, isn't it?
Yeah.
It all factors in.
You need just to talk a little bit louder into the mic because you're not quite hitting volumes there.
ASMR.
You whisper.
Yeah, you start off quite loud,
Yeah.
and then your voice comes down.
Oh god, I'm not even looking.
You don't have to look. Don't stare at it all the time. You don't need to.
What was your next?
My next one.
We didn't really cover cancer. Well, I suppose we did. We spoke
To a
more about
certain degree.
weight than that.
Yeah.
It's an
Yeah.
example. There's loads of examples.
Bullying harassment. So like, when someone gets bullied at school and then they come home, they get bullied online. That's a massive thing at the minute.
I know what your thoughts are going to be on this one.
So we're talking school age.
Yeah. So like if you
Teens.
got bullied in school,
Yeah.
and then obviously you have your phone, you go on social media, and then you get bullied again, it's like you can't escape it.
Well, you can just uninstall it and
So-
turn your phone off.
Yeah, but why should you?
My
have to
kids don't have
uninstall
social
it?
media, so
What? Nothing.
they've got. I think my son's got WhatsApp now, so he can talk to his friends.
Yeah.
It's not really social media, but
No. You can still get bullied on it.
no Facebook, no Instagram or any of these other things,
TikTok.
TikToks, or
Yeah, I think TikTok's the main one.
they've got YouTube.
So the thing is, it's more accessible. Like bullying in that sense is more accessible nowadays, I think. But like when I was at school, it was a while ago. The you only really got it at school. You only had it physically in the place you were. When you were at
Yeah.
home, you just kind of went out with your friends, did whatever.
Yeah, there's a break from it because you're away from that environment, which I think you're saying now you don't get away from that environment.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't ever remember it. I remember when you do get bullied, it's obviously not nice. But I don't remember thinking, there's no escape or anything like that.
Depends how serious it is. Because it could just be one person bullying you, but if it's a group,
Yeah. Okay.
and then obviously if you get it while you're at home,
Mm.
on your phone when you're in the comfort of your home.
But I don't see. I guess I don't see the digital side of bullying is the same as being bullied physically. I don't think.
Oh
So
no,
fine.
definitely not. But obviously anyone can hide behind a screen now.
Yeah, but then you just go, no, whatever, just ignore it and then
Even
carry
not.
on with
Yeah,
your day.
but if you're thinking a younger person,
Easier said than done, just to
Yeah.
ignore stuff. But it depends how thick your skin is.
yeah,
So
you're
it's
quite
good.
sensitive.
I guess younger people won't have built up
Yeah,
that.
It's not even.
resilience.
It's not even younger people. Now, this is going to shock you both,
Oh no.
but I wasn't particularly popular at school.
Oh no, neither.
Shocked, I can see. I wouldn't say I was bullied, but people calling names and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't give a crap.
Yeah,
Just get on with it, don't you?
I guess it depends how you grew up and everything.
Yeah, it depends how soft you are. Now, I don't think my son's ever had any trouble with bullying.
Mm.
Is he doing it?
Hmm?
Is he the one doing it then?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, he just wants to get back and play his computer games.
Yeah.
Um,
Sounds familiar.
Well, you get bullied on there, on computer games.
Yeah.
oh, yeah, he's probably one of those. He probably is doing the bullying on the computer games. Not so much that. I hear him shouting all the time, hackers,
That's something I shout regularly as well.
and stuff like that. But yeah, no, I don't. I think girls are generally just more toxic to each other in
Oh,
general.
100%. 100%. Luckily, the friends I have, they're not toxic, but some of the other groups definitely are. But
Yeah,
they just pay.
But I wonder why that is. Is that because
Well, I can tell you why that is.
men?
Because we overthink and we like
Gen-
to make a situation out of nothing.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah.
So the main reason that women tend to be, we'll call it catty, more catty than men, they'll gossip, they'll
Yeah.
put people down verbally and stuff like that, is because with women, they generally don't resort to physical violence, generally.
Yeah.
They're less likely to. With a man, you can only push it so far before they're likely to resort to physical violence.
Yeah.
So for women, the verbal abuse tends to be more.
Yeah.
For men, it tends to be more physical bullying.
Mm.
So for women, it's more verbal bullying. Men, it's typically more physical bullying.
Do you experience any bullying in school?
Me? Do you know what? I was so quiet in school, no one even knew who I was. I used to get bullied
That's
because
a
I
form
was
of bullying
quiet.
in its own right, isn't it?
Well, yeah, because they'd be like, "Who are you?"
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
I think
"I've
that-
literally been in this school for 4 years. What do you mean? Who am I?"
That's not
I hate
necessarily
people
bullying.
like that. Wind me up.
But
Just shut up.
it's weird
Who are
because
you? Oh, don't get me started.
it's because working with you for the last year, I would never have guessed that one.
Do
Honestly.
you think I'm quiet?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Really?
Yes.
I think everyone else would.
When you first started, I remember you were very shy.
I was the only bloody one. I was the youngest one.
Yeah. And I had to, talk to you a bit to get you out of your shell.
Wow,
and
I
finally,
think that's the same with every starting a new job.
well, did
That
I?
was my first office job, so
Oh, okay.
obviously I've worked retail and stuff.
Yeah.
So Dan was like your first
No,
office chatterbox friend.
no.
Yeah, because then I got moved away from him. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that on there.
No, it's fine. But no, you weren't. You were chatting to Carolina first.
Yeah. Yeah, because she was the yeah, she sat next to me, didn't she?
Yeah. So it wasn't me.
Oh, that was a long time ago. Wasn't it?
She turned this quiet young girl
Yeah.
into someone that gets told off for chatting too much.
No, I was the one to get told off because I was talking too much,
Okay.
and it still goes on.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Just across the office.
No.
now.
I just get told off generally.
Well,
for-
apparently our office is quite quiet anyway, so
It's not because I have my headphones on all the time. It's too noisy. Yeah.
silent.
Stop people talking all the time. Shut up. Like, what are you doing?
The library, but it's quite nice.
Okay, so online bullying. You can reminisce that work at work tomorrow, or Monday. It's Friday, isn't it? No, it's Thursday.
It's Thursday,
Friday,
it's
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Friday tomorrow. Yeah.
Last day, finally. But yeah,
So how do you stop it?
Brilliant.
Take away their social media. Online bullying.
You can
Kids
take
shouldn't
to
have it.
school. It's really hard to stop bullying, I think. There isn't just a solution to it, because you could just get another account.
Yeah.
Hide behind it.
and
Like,
even if you take social media away, it will still happening anyway.
I think we're talking about online bullying from social media as opposed to
you can block it.
in person. Yeah, you can block them, but there's still ways to see it. But I think parents need to take a bigger role.
I was going to say that exactly
Parents-
thing. Yeah.
Parents need to take a bigger role in their child's safety online.
Yeah. And not only that as well, but also helping them with coping with things like this. Teaching them to say, right, you don't need to worry about it. Just ignore it if you can.
Just jealous.
Yeah, it doesn't
No,
matter.
Get
no.
told a lot.
No, don't tell them that.
Why?
It's
What?
crap. Oh, they're just jealous. No, they're not.
Honestly,
Sorry.
I think a lot, like, from my point of view, I think a lot of people are. Generally.
Maybe with girls, I think, not as much with boys. Because
From my point of view, definitely jealous.
the type of boys that got bullied at school, they're not people you would be jealous of.
No.
The losers tend to get bullied. Now,
Hold on,
I don't
hold
mean to call them a loser. I mean, in the eyes of the people at the school, the people doing the bullying,
Yeah.
they tend to bully people they view as a loser.
Yeah,
They're not going to
me-
go and bully someone they look at as a winner. You know, they're not going to look at, if you're an American, look at the captain of the football team and go, I'm going to bully that person because I'm jealous of them. No.
Yes, it depends on the circumstance.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think there's more used to be intellectuals got bullied in my age at school.
Still is.
I don't think it is anymore. I think it's actually become
Anyone free?
quite.
Anyone.
I don't think being smart is looked down upon as much as it used to be. When I was at school, and I was one of the smarter ones.
I wouldn't believe that for 1 second.
Yes, you would. You know I'm pretty smart. You can deny it all you want.
Oh
in
wow.
and that's why people would. I wasn't really bullied, but it was the other smart people. My friends were
Yeah.
bullied, and by association, sometimes I got some thrown my way, but I never gave a crap. I remember one time at school, the only time I ever got in a fight at school, they actually come and asked me if I wanted to fight.
Yes.
So one of the sort of tough kids, if you will, come over and said to me and one of my mates, we both stood there. He said, "Come on, I'll take you both on 2-on-1."
Yeah.
So I said, "Sure, okay." My mate left, so it was just me. Well, it wasn't really a fight. We had a little bit of a scuffle,
Yeah.
wrestle around, and that was it. It was time to go in.
That's just trying to
There's
prove
no
yourself,
hard
isn't it?
feelings.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just think, well, he's a loudmouth and he doesn't look that tough. So, and it was just a little bit of tussle. No one actually got hurt.
Yeah.
But that said, I went to a rough school and there were plenty of people hurt at my school.
I think in that case it's more ego though, isn't it? Just want
Yeah.
to look tough, look better than everyone else. So maybe it's the reverse of jealousy. I don't know, does that make sense?
Like a self-image.
Yeah, it's the reverse.
Yeah.
You want to look better than everyone else.
then
So
make
you're
it-
not jealous.
They're trying to make themselves look strong
Yeah.
by picking on someone weak because they know they're not going to lose. But that doesn't really make them look strong because they're picking on someone weak.
Yeah.
It's a bit like Will Smith punching
Chris Rock.
Chris Rock.
I think that was set up, you know.
A lot of people do.
I
Just looks too
I-
sane.
I don't think it was at all.
But
Have
he's
you watched Chris Rock's special
come
yet?
out with a special. Yeah, I've not seen it yet.
He sounds so.
Salty about it.
It sounds like there's a lot of hate there.
Yeah, so there's them two have history, a lot of history, if I remember rightly.
Well, no, I think Chris Rock has history with Jada.
Yeah.
Yeah, because something about in 2016 or something,
Mm.
she told him not to host the Oscars because Will Smith wasn't getting nominated for a film he'd starred in.
Oh,
So he took issue with that.
fair enough.
That's what he says in his comedy special anyway. Okay, have you got any more topics for us?
No.
Really?
Right, so
I don't think so.
me and Dan, we done a 30 controversial topics quickfire one. I think that's probably the one where we had the Haggis on originally at some
Probably.
point.
Was it 2 hours? Yeah, it was a 2 hour long one,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
This isn't
Well,
going to be 2 hours.
It's not going to be 2 hours.
God.
We can stop whenever you want.
Sleep just in the middle.
But I'd be interested in getting your opinion because me and Dan tend to agree on a lot of stuff.
Right.
I'd be
Is this
interested
to
in
do with
another
social
opinion.
media?
Not all of it's social media. There's
Okay.
some stuff
Probably
about
just
social
general
media in there.
like
But
general
there's general
politics.
politics. If you don't want to talk about a subject, tell us. We won't talk about it.
Okay.
But look, I'll read the subjects and you tell me one where you've got some views that you might want to
Right.
jump in on.
The general like world thing, you know.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
just general politics. So, there's statements. And the idea is you're supposed to debate them. Someone defends it, someone
Yeah.
does the opposite. But we just kind of chuck, because we always agree, and no one fights the other side, and we both say the same thing. Testing on animals should be banned.
Yeah.
Agreed? You agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay, see, both me and Dan said no, shouldn't be
Why?
banned because it saves human lives.
Oh, true. But then, like, the poor bunny rabbit or whatever it is, they get tested. Do you know, it's really weird. Like, you know, when, like, makeup brands test on animals, I thought they put, like, the lipstick on their mouth.
Yeah.
Bloody idiot.
But
I don't think
something
it is that. I
something
don't
like
actually
that,
know.
I don't necessarily disagree with you in that I think it should be banned for what I call frivolous things. But if you're testing medications,
Yeah.
like cancer medications or heart medications or something, and you need to test it on a rat,
Yeah, stuff like rats, but like dogs. No.
so you draw a line at
Rats.
rats.
Yeah.
No fluffy bunnies,
No.
no cats or dogs.
Something with a cuteness level of above 8.
Okay, so really there's a difference there between what's saying. But yeah, actually you're right. I would agree with you in some instances, such as makeup testing. I never thought about that when I was actually talking about it. It would
Yeah.
be
Well, I mean that
I
would
think
be
that's wrong.
probably accurate. We don't think about makeup.
No.
The death penalty is sometimes justified.
Yes, 100%. If you murder someone, just die.
That's where I
Please.
stood. This is where I stood.
I
He,
just-
he was against it.
I just don't understand how someone could get to the point of actually killing someone. And
What if you
taking
did accidentally, like you ran someone over, and they
Yeah, but if you have the intention, like, you just deserve to die.
Yeah, well, that's
But
not
it's-
murder if it was an accident.
that's
That's manslaughter.
manslaughter, yeah, but it's not. It'd still get a hefty sentence.
Yeah, especially if you're drunk. You can be drunk and run someone over
Yeah.
and kill them. That's manslaughter. You didn't intend to do it, but it's still your fault and stuff like that. But-
Does it definitely apply in that case? Would it?
Well, we're talking about murder, not,
Murder. Okay.
not manslaughter. But I would say, again, to me, if you're a drunk person and you get behind the wheel of the car
Oh, yeah,
and
you're
you
just
go
an
and
idiot.
knock a car with a family off a cliff and kill a few children, I think that deserves death penalty as well.
Oh,
You
yeah,
made that
100%.
decision.
Do you disagree?
A little bit.
Does, yeah. He's thinking he's going to go have a few pints and drive home, and if he accidentally hits someone, he don't want to get death penalty.
I guess I'm coming from the
Oh,
angle of.
that's going against the law.
I guess.
You can't
He's not-
argue with the law.
He's not drinking and driving. We're not drinking.
No, I don't drink and drive. I'm going against. I'm going with the view that even people that how to put this, people that are potentially innocent will still be sometimes proven guilty. So you can get incorrect sentences.
Oh yeah, but
Well,
we're
that's
talking about
right.
the question is, it's sometimes justified.
If it's
Yeah.
okay, fine. If it's cut and dry, black and white.
Yeah, and this is what we talked about in the original show. I don't want to go hash over exactly the same thing again, but I said instead of currently to convict somebody for an offence, it's beyond reasonable doubt.
Yeah.
If they introduced another bar above that, as a near certainty, if you were convicted of near certainty for a crime that's worthy of death, then it was death. That was my view on it.
Okay.
This is an interesting one for you. Women should be paid less than men in some professions.
What? What do I even say?
Well, I expect you to say no.
Literally. Well, I disagree.
Fine.
Why
Okay.
should I be paid less?
Let me ask a question. If you're paid to carry rocks across the yard, let's say you're unloading bricks off of a van and carrying them
Right.
over to a building site. Let's say you're doing that as a job.
Yeah.
Dan's doing the same job. Yeah? He can carry twice as many bricks as you can. So he does twice as much work in a day as you do. Do you get paid the same as him?
Yeah, not my fault I'm weak.
Fair enough.
I will leave it at that.
The argument I would make in your position is they employed me
Yeah.
Oh,
on that salary.
exactly.
It's but no, that's
I think the pay should be like, I don't know,
on the work done.
no, on the profession. Like if you're a manager or like senior, you should get paid for that, no matter your gender.
Yeah, but let's say you've got a doctor who's crap. Should he get paid the same as a doctor who's really good? Both men, let's say.
Yeah, but when you start at a place, you get your contract, so they wouldn't know you're crap.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. But so if you're crap, if you're there for the next 10 years and you've been crap for 10 years and for some reason they don't get rid of you,
That's out there.
and someone's really good for 10 years, they're going up in a lot more money than you started with. Even though you started on the same money,
Yeah,
10
but
years
if you're
later,
better, you're going to probably be in a high profession
Yeah.
anyway. So
probably. But anyway, I think we're all agreed on there, except Dan, he's always against everything. Assisted suicide.
You literally just said 5 minutes ago we agree pretty much on everything.
Yeah, I know. And I realised we didn't agree on many of them actually.
Oh, dear.
Assisted suicide should be made legal.
Assisted suicide. So this is where, like, if you're, let's say, in a coma, or if you
it just depends on the circumstances, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, so I think
it's
someone
usually when the person asks.
it's normally in a case where it only
But
really
isn't that euthanasia?
what really happens. I was going to say is
Yeah.
euthanasia, where someone's quality of life is so low.
Yeah, but by that point, don't they usually it's like legal stuff, isn't there?
Not really.
Because like, I don't know.
But anyway, we'll leave that one. The voting age should be reduced to 16. As a young person, I'll be interested to hear your thoughts.
I'm gonna be honest. In school, you don't get. I've never been interested in politics, right?
Yeah.
So maybe not me. I think what is it now? 18.
18.
18. There's some smart 16-year-olds out there that are like clued up in that.
I like your
I'm
thinking.
just not.
You
I'm
should have
just not one of them.
I like your thinking. They should have to do an IQ test before they can vote. I think that should. I think that should happen across all age ranges. Though.
Sure, yeah.
You've got to have an IQ over 100 in order to vote.
But IQ isn't a measure of intelligence; it's a measure of.
It's measure capability.
So
But at least you've got the capability to be
you
intelligent.
can have someone with a really high IQ; it's incredibly stupid. Still,
Yeah.
It's difficult.
I
It's
would like-
difficult to have a very high IQ and remain really stupid.
Yeah, but if you're not like, what is it, like street smart?
Street
Yeah.
smart, yeah.
You're
No
just generally like your common sense is just utter crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, my sister.
Ooh.
Sorry for listening, Soph.
You're not going to ask me to cut that then.
No,
Cut that bit out,
stay in,
please.
yeah, no, stay in.
Smoking should be made illegal everywhere.
Oh, well.
This is a
Okay.
question for you. What do you
No.
think?
No, because it's like drinking, isn't it?
So yeah, but my thought is, and even though
When you say everywhere, do you mean like buildings?
no, everywhere, just completely illegal.
You can do it on the street currently, right?
Obviously.
Yeah.
And this was my point.
Can't do pubs.
I was saying,
Yeah, that's inside.
even though I'm a vapor, I agree that they should be harder on it. I don't think you should be allowed to smoke on the streets at all.
Really?
Yeah, well, you go places. There's just fag butts all over the floor and stuff. It's horrible, and they smell, and it's.
Oh, yeah.
I think they
That's
should.
like littering, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's wherever you've got. They're everywhere. You can't
Well,
go.
to be fair, the little vapes you get now, they're all over the street as well.
Yeah, little disposable ones. Yeah.
Maybe the answer is more bins.
Oh, yeah. Some of them are so full they overflow.
Yeah.
And then it all like blows down the street and stuff.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
just the council don't empty them.
Well,
often
yeah,
enough.
then they blame it on us.
Terrible.
MK Council, if you're watching, sort it out.
Prisoners should be allowed to
Trouble
vote.
for that. Prisoners should be allowed to vote. Depends what you did, to be honest, to get yourself in prison.
Manslaughter.
No. No prisoner should be able to vote.
See, there's just certain circumstances, I think. I'd say no.
You give up your rights to vote when you commit
I was
crime.
going to say, like, prisoners, they get, like, TV.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Why do you get
Stupid.
that?
3-course meals and things, don't they?
Don't even get that home sometimes.
Drug addicts should get help, not punishment.
Yeah, because some people are brought up in it, and then obviously that's just all they've known.
How many chances do you give them? So instead of
Three.
sending them to jail, you send them to rehab. They come out, start using again. You send them to rehab, they come out, start using again. You send them to
Yeah,
rehab,
to
they
be
come out.
honest. Yeah, I think
How many chances?
three.
3 chances.
3 chances of everything in life.
Interesting.
No.
Fuck up
I'm
too many times.
I'm old.
Yeah.
One chance and then you're done.
It's quite
Oh no, I think 2 or 3 to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when I like the idea of giving multiple chances, but my brain always goes back to how much is that costing the taxpayer?
Oh yeah, loads. But
And every time it goes back to how much is it costing the taxpayer, I think how much I get taxed, and then I get angry.
but then
Wouldn't you rather have more money
no, it's not
and
gonna
less
happen.
people?
I don't feel like
Not
it would
gonna
make that
happen.
much difference.
No.
It's like 50p or something stupid.
How much of taxpayers' money has been wasted on random stuff already?
Literally, they probably just get a
Not
nice
any difference.
wage or something. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't like
no, I agree. There's so much money wasted, and that's one way it could be wasted.
Yeah.
Is giving people multiple chances again and again, paying for a £16,000 rehab.
Maybe, but drug addiction is quite hard to kick first time round. Definitely.
Yeah, this is why I'm actually more for sending them to jail with solitary confinement for 3 months. They're not going to be using any drugs then, are they?
They'll probably die of a heart attack.
Yeah, I was about to say
Problem
the
solved.
rules. Withdrawal symptoms.
As I was saying, as that came out of my mouth, I knew that would be your answer for some reason.
Oh,
Just blunt and straight to the point.
Yeah.
okay. Advertising to children should be banned.
Oh, that's a good one.
I work in marketing, so no.
No, I want to keep my job.
Please
Fair
don't.
enough.
listen.
Fair enough.
It depends. Oh, I don't. I just say it depends what it is, don't I? All
Yeah.
the time, circumstances.
Have some opinions, would you?
No, because I need a job.
Well, that actually shows good thought processes, nuanced answers in
Yeah.
that you need to consider the factors.
Of
Of course, we're talking in generalities, and there's always going to be, no matter what you're talking about, there's always going to be that allowance for special circumstances.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
But in general, we're talking. Where we get to
10.
10. Beauty competitions create unrealistic beauty standards.
Or what, like pageants and stuff?
Yeah. Miss UK.
I don't really understand them, if I'm being honest with you.
I didn't know anyone watched them anymore, to be honest.
No, that's more of America. I mean, I think I said it last time. More an American thing, isn't it?
Well, it happens in this country.
It does, but it's a big thing in America with like pageant stuff.
I think stuff like that generally does create unrealistic beauty standards, and it leads us back onto like the easy influence stuff and
Yeah.
kind of like that. Because that kind of stuff you start when you're young, don't you?
Yeah.
What is it like?
I don't know.
Toddlers and tiaras and stuff.
But if you were to watch the modern ones,
Yeah.
they're actually gone a lot more the other way now as well.
Yeah,
You'll
but it's
get-
still based on-
You'll get a lot of them still in the looking really beautiful, but then you've got the body positivity movement going on, where you'll see larger women doing these sort of things. Things are still good-looking women, but they're a bit larger.
Yeah.
It's more realistic.
So it becomes more realistic, and they tend to do quite well, I think, or they
Yeah.
have done in a few years, where there's really been a push in society for this
Yeah.
realism. But I don't give a crap. I don't watch them. I
No,
don't
me
think
either.
anyone watched them anymore, to be honest. I think that's what we were saying before. We kind of moved it over to modern times and said Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instagram creates unrealistic beauty standards,
Well,
definitely.
yeah, and that's how you get like body dysmorphia and stuff, and
But
just
then-
low self-esteem, isn't it?
Yeah, but then going on the other side of that, you could, like you were saying, you get larger people and stuff like this, which is more realistic. But that's also then portraying that it's okay to I have to be careful
Be obese.
yeah, and you know you don't
I
have
mean,
to
it's
do anything.
okay.
Yeah.
It's a lifestyle.
But you don't have
isn't
to
it?
be obese to be larger.
No,
You can be a bit larger without being obese.
that's
Yeah.
fine, but I mean, I'm talking like extreme, like massive people.
Well, yeah, no, that's just no, just
But
no.
no, but you see
No.
it more in
Online now.
today, and that's what I mean. Things like that.
Yeah, I think social media is trying to be a bit more realistic and authentic, but it's
Mm.
obviously still.
Do you think so? When Instagram gives you all these filters that can turn
Well,
someone
yeah.
that looks super rough
Yeah.
into looking
Oh,
like better than any supermodel just by clicking a button.
It depends who you follow, honestly,
Yeah.
because a lot of the time you're told to only follow people that, like, I don't know, bring you joy, not make you feel sad. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
Because, like, who you follow on social media generally does have an impact because that's what you see on your feed. So I think you've also got to be careful who you follow.
Yeah,
Do you
I
think
would say.
how much time you actually spend on social media?
So on YouTube, I'm quite terrible. I don't really follow many people, but I like certain people's videos, and I watch them. Because I watched a few of their videos, I just get fed all their videos anyway.
Yeah.
Even if I'm not following. And in fact, people I am following, I don't even see their videos because I
Yeah,
don't watch them
that
half the
happens a lot.
time. So once you start watching something, even if you're not looking for that anymore, you'll keep getting it and keep getting it and keep getting
Yeah.
it. So it's hard to get away from it, even if you're not following them.
Yeah.
Okay, police should be immune from prosecution.
I don't know what that means.
So if a policeman does something wrong in the line of his duty, should he be able to go to jail for it? So the example I gave Dan last time was, so we have armed police in the UK.
Yeah.
They're called out if there's any gun crimes. Let's say policemen come out and there's someone stood there shooting people,
Yeah.
and the policeman's there, so he's got to stop this person from shooting people. So he lifts his gun up, and there's like 10 civilians around.
Yeah.
If he misses the bad guy and accidentally hits a
Oh,
civilian,
yeah, no, it shouldn't.
should they go to jail?
Yeah.
Should they be prosecuted for it? The
Yeah,
policeman.
because that wasn't necessary.
Okay, so now here's my argument. It's that, okay, so if we're going to send policemen to jail because they missed their shot,
Yeah, well, it's like
that
a
encourages
mistake.
them never to make the shot in the first place. It means just let that
Yeah.
person keep shooting all them people and do nothing. Stand there and do nothing, because if they miss their shot, they could go to jail. So they're not going to take that shot. They're going to stand there with their arms folded until he runs out of ammo.
I mean, he will eventually run out of ammo, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, let him kill another 50 people. When he's run out of ammo, then we'll go and arrest him.
Mm.
Because if you were a police officer and there's a crowd of people around him and he's standing shooting them, bang, 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 are you going to shoot him?
Yeah.
And if you miss, you're going to jail for 10
Well, I guess
years.
that's just like one scenario. Like I'm
It's only
watching.
one scenario. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm watching Happy Valley. I don't know if you've watched it.
No.
Or definitely recommend.
Would I like it? Is the question.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Do you know what it
It's
is?
about
Do
police
you know what it is, Dan?
officers.
Huh?
Do you know what it is?
she's told me about it.
All right, okay.
I think you'd really like it.
Happy Valley.
Happy Valley, yeah,
Okay, I might watch
BBC.
it. No, I'm not watching it. It's on BBC.
I think I should get paid for that promo.
I tell you what, she asked me for your address before we came here
I'm honestly a bit traumatized
in case
from Happy Valley.
she gets kidnapped.
Right.
Okay.
There's
That's
episode 1, season 1. There is a girl driving in a car by herself, country road, broad daylight.
Yep.
2 men in a white van, like, go up the back of her, enough to, like, cause her to stop, but not enough to cause damage. She gets out the car to get insurance. Hopefully, I'm not giving any spoilers to anyone. And then she gets kidnapped.
It's kidnapped, yeah.
I'd never
Yep.
thought of that.
Happens.
Scenario. Yeah, I never thought, and now I'm just traumatized.
Well, there was a thing in this area a few years ago where they were saying that telling women not to stop if they saw babies left on the side of the road,
Oh God.
Wow.
When was that?
because people were putting like little car seats on the side of the road
Oh yeah.
with dolls and stuff in, to made them look like real babies. So people would, because naturally it's women that tend to stop immediately for stuff like that,
Mm.
and then they were getting dragged off.
It's an
So
awful world out here, isn't it?
lock your car doors. They've got
Oh, I
locked.
always do. If Connor's watching this, I lock the car door when we're going down like the A5. He's like, "What are you doing?" But like,
At 90 miles an hour, the door locked
Yeah.
in case someone tries to get in. Yeah.
literally. But as soon as I get in my car, I lock the door.
My Fiesta actually that I had when I started driving off, it locked the doors and it was fine. Well, I had a button to lock it as well. In my car that I've got now, no such thing. And it's really annoying because I'm like, I want to lock the doors.
Both our cars automatically lock once
Yeah.
you go over 10 miles an hour.
So annoying.
Oh, I wish my car did that. Because I lock it and then I forget to unlock it and I go to open the door. Bloody idiot. That's why Connor gets annoyed.
Yeah.
Because he tries to go out and he can't get. Poor boy.
Yeah.
Okay. Violent video games should be banned.
I don't play video games, so I hate games.
Yeah.
So.
Well, then
No.
the answer was, of course, no, they should not.
Yeah.
Oh, violent video games, yes, because I don't like
No.
games.
Get out. This is the question that I brought up earlier.
Oh, God.
Obese people should pay more for healthcare.
No. Just a human being at the end of the day, ain't you?
Don't know.
No.
Okay.
Because you could be like a normal weight and still have loads of issues.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. If you were to do that, then you should say smokers should pay more, and then you
Yeah.
should say drinkers should pay more, and then you could say any vice.
Any
Would-
healthy person could have loads of issues.
But I think the point we were at the same opinion. No, they shouldn't. But if the doctor said to me, you have to stop smoking,
Yeah.
or you're going to keep reoccurring, that we're going to end up paying so much out in the NHS just to keep you not from dying because you won't stop smoking.
But if you have to take
Should I then have to
medication-
pay for that?
Yeah, but if you have medication, you still have to pay, don't you? Like I have asthma, and I have to pay for the inhalers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but let's say it's £13 or £11 or whatever for a prescription.
Yeah.
The drugs themselves may cost £200.
Yeah.
The government is paying that, and then you're paying £11.
Good.
So
I'm paying £200 for an inhaler. I can't help I was born with it.
no, but what I'm saying is, if I end up having to need drugs, some prescription
Yeah.
every month and ongoing because I'm smoking, doctor says to me, stop smoking, you won't need those anymore.
Yeah.
But I say, no, I'm just going to keep smoking, and they cost £200, £500 each time, but I'm only paying 11. Taxpayers are paying the rest. Should I then have to pay for those because I've said to the doctor, no, I'm not going to stop smoking.
Well, no, it's your
I'm just going to keep
choice.
smoking and keep taking this money out from these pills.
Well, yeah, it's your choice, isn't it, really?
Yeah, well, I pay enough tax to cover that anyway. So, I don't know how long you want to stay for. Normally we go for an hour. If you want to do it
An
more or
hour?
less, we're already at an hour.
Really?
We're about to. We're at 57 minutes.
But so much
Come
fun.
on. Bloody hell, I went quick,
I'll
didn't it?
give you a quick fire couple of questions, and then we'll call it.
Yeah.
Rich people should pay more taxes.
Yeah, but you've been in a different tax bracket, wouldn't you?
Yeah, we pay more taxes. Yeah.
Right.
War is never justified.
Yeah. I don't like war.
It's never justified, or yeah, sometimes it is justified, but you don't like it.
Never justified because it's normally like the normal people that get hurt, isn't it?
You agree with Dan? Well, no, I'm moving on.
Just debate it, like just talk about it. Why do you have to get like killing innocent people?
Yeah, because usually the people that have a disagreement are the ones that are never going to war. That's the problem.
I'll give you the example I gave Dan. In America, just before slavery was abolished,
Yeah.
the president said, we're abolishing slavery. Everyone in the South said, no, we're not.
Right.
What'd you do? They've
Talk
completely
about
refused to
it.
obey the law. Yeah, and they did, and they said to the South, no, we're not
Keep
giving up
talking
slaves.
about it.
We're going to keep. Okay, that's fine. Just keep talking about it. The ones in the South are going to keep taking slaves, and the ones in the North are not.
Run a Black Ops program to pinpoint each of the individuals.
Yeah, don't start a war. Mass extinction was the way to go.
I don't feel like I fully understood that scenario.
So that's how the war started in American Civil War.
Yeah.
The American president basically said we're going to outlaw slavery.
Right.
And North America, the northern side of America, all agreed with them and said, yeah, we're going to stop slavery.
Yeah.
All of the southern side of America said, no, we want to keep our slaves.
Right.
So they argued over that, and they couldn't reach an agreement. So they
Okay.
need to enforce that law for saying you're not allowed slaves anymore. So they have to enforce that
Maybe
law.
violence in that.
So how, without the threat of violence or the threat of war, there was no way forward.
Yeah.
Because they just said, no, we're not giving them up. They said, yes, you have to. It started the war.
Yeah.
So I think in some cases war is justified. And I don't, but to be honest, I think a lot of the wars that happen nowadays are not justified.
Mm.
But I think in some
Yeah.
cases wars are justified.
I feel like I fully don't understand the need for war. So I feel like my opinion isn't a strong one that I fully.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's fair enough.
That I fully back because I don't really understand.
Okay. Some soft drugs should be made legal.
What do you mean by soft drug?
Marijuana.
Should be made legal. It's legal in some countries anyway.
It's not here.
Yeah, I know.
Soft drugs, mushrooms.
Yeah, but you can still get it.
You can still get it. But it's not legal.
Smell everywhere.
Literally.
But should they legalise it? If you can go get it anyway, should they legalise it?
Well, yeah, there is that debate, isn't there?
My answer is yes.
Because I feel
and
like
tax it, get some money from it at least.
I don't feel like drugs is not bad, but like I feel
Crack
like
cocaine.
no,
heroin.
obviously because that's like A class, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I
There
feel
is
like
lots of
people
drugs,
should be
yeah.
educated more on how to use it safely and stuff. Because at the end of the day, you can't stop people taking drugs.
So legalise it, but
Not
teach
legalise
them how to use it
them.
properly. Teach them
Like
the
that's just soft
consequences.
drugs.
Yeah. So we're talking marijuana,
Yeah.
possibly mushrooms or something.
I think they're A class. Isn't
I don't know. I just don't know a lot about drugs.
it? No. So I'm asking what soft drugs are.
Class C.
Class C?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
What?
Marijuana.
I thought I'd trade.
No. Oh, well.
I think it is.
Well, regardless, the answer is no, but teach them how to use it, or
Yeah, just educate them a bit more.
so that they don't want to use it, or educate them
Yes.
how to use it
Safely.
safely.
Is
But
there
then if you're teaching people to use it safely, surely that means you're allowing
Yeah,
the
you're
use of it.
encouraging it. But
Is there a way to use it safely? Is the other question.
it's like alcohol. You need to teach people how to use it
Yeah.
safely.
Well, you
Yeah.
just drink the bottle. I mean,
So I would say do the
Jesus.
same with marijuana as they've done with alcohol. It's legal.
People are never going
Um,
to stop it. It's like I want to say a reward, but you get what? Not a reward, but like you know when you have.
High, it's called. You get high.
I don't know how to
Or
explain
lows.
it.
Okay, we'll move on then, because we're out of time. Governments. Oh no, if you have more money, you will be happier.
Yeah, 100%. I would like to live a luxury lifestyle. So, yeah, to be
For
honest,
the record, I agreed with you. That we disagreed.
Did I?
Yeah, you said no.
you can
You said,
literally
you said
travel
rich
the
people
world.
are the most depressive in the world, which I
Well,
kind
that
of
just
agree with.
depends on your life, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's got nothing to do with money. You
Uh,
could travel the world.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to travel the world.
Governments
Connor, if you're listening.
Book that ticket now.
governments shouldn't track their citizens.
Didn't know they did. Well, actually, I did.
Yeah.
No, they do to a certain extent.
Oh, I said, yeah, it's fine. Don't care if
Don't
they
like
track me.
governments.
What are they going to do? Oh no, look, he's gone to the shop. Yeah, woo. Well done. And nothing to hide there. Okay. People should have to take a test to become a parent.
Yeah, because some people are terrible.
Agreed. That boy disagreed
But you
again.
can't
I didn't.
really.
She's got more common
You
sense than
can't
you, Dan.
stop someone being a parent, though, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Really.
This was my
So-
point.
My point was, sure you can. There's plenty of forms of birth control.
You can't force
Yeah, but you could-
someone to
No,
take
here's what I said. Women would always object. So I said, as a member of the male species, I'd quite happily say, enforce it on the men.
And I would disagree.
yeah.
with you.
Then when you
Oh,
pass
yeah.
a test as a couple, they can say, okay, we'll
pass the
temporarily remove that.
test. I don't like all these tests.
Yeah.
Just some people just lack common sense and just.
Yeah.
I would say-
I'm not sure about that. It should be a common sense test.
I was saying that
Oh, I think most people fail that. So
Yeah, and then children will be better off.
they need
Well,
more
yeah.
education. There's more education again about how to become
Okay.
good parents.
Fast food should be banned.
No.
no,
No.
bloody hell.
Stupid
So to have
question.
a luxury.
Men and
I
women
would
should
say
be
it's
able to-
luxury, not now. Jesus.
Oh, no. Nice little McDonald's.
Although saying I had that today.
I always
Yeah, I was
fancy,
about to say.
I always fancy McDonald's, but then half the time, most of the time when I get it,
It's not
It's
good.
underwhelming.
it's all right.
Yeah.
I like chips, but
Yeah, it's all right.
When they cook
a
fresh.
nice Fanta or Oasis. Or...
Men and women should be allowed to compete against each other in the Olympics.
No, because I think men typically are stronger, aren't they?
Yeah, physically.
Different builds and stuff.
Yeah. So we're talking about this. So the question's phrased pretty open. I think if they want to have a mixed event, by all means.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
want to volunteer and go into it, by all means.
Yeah, I don't think.
But no, they should have separate events.
What about, is it dressage? That could be a mixed event.
What?
The horses. You know the one where they make the
Oh.
horses
Where the
dance and
horses
stuff?
prance around for a bit. Is that an
For a
Olympic
bit.
event?
What?
Is that an Olympic event?
Yeah.
No, I don't think it is.
It is. How have you
Nah.
not seen this? Tennis is another one.
Well, did you know they're introducing games, PC games, into the Olympics?
Really?
Esports.
Yeah. They're doing
That's
it
what
in the Olympics.
Is that it?
I don't know if I should
But-
include her name in the podcast.
Too late.
Maybe bleep that
But
that out.
Yeah, I can do that.
Don't think we should say her name.
There's but they're going to introduce these games, but they've picked all of these weirdo things nobody's ever heard of.
I hate gaming so
So
much. You're just sitting down.
That's what you
It's
do.
not a sport. Well,
That's what you do in your job every day. Sit down.
it's a sport, but I don't think it should be an Olympics.
well,
I think
they're
esports
doing
is
it
cool.
anyway.
Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but not an Olympics.
But they have their own events, don't they? So what's the point in having it? in the
Yeah, I
Olympics?
just because dance isn't in the Olympics.
So you need to look at what they're actually putting in there.
Mm.
Then none of them are the esports. They're putting in stupid things like archery, but it's just like hold the controller down, move it about, and then let go.
Ah.
So no games that anyone's actually ever heard of.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
crap.
Yeah.
Celebrities should earn less money. Yeah or no?
Yeah, but they're famous, so they do.
I think
I
it's
think
fine.
that they do get ridiculous amounts for what they do.
What should
Well, I
they do?
wish I could get tens of thousands for doing a social media post. God, I'd be bloody rich. Imagine by the end of the month.
That'd be great.
Oh.
That ties into the money and happiness thing, what we said above. Great.
All people should receive a basic income. In other words,
No.
no, good. That's the right
Good.
answer. Everyone has the right to own a gun. This is obviously American, but do you think people should in this country should have the right to own a gun? No. There's an M4 sat on the side just there. It's an airsoft one.
And on that note, I'm going home.
I actually moved it out of the shop because it used to be it was hang off the desk, and I was like, I don't really want what looks like a real gun in the shop. But it's an airsoft gun, so it's for shoots
Oh.
little BBs.
BB gun.
But
Yeah.
so I don't want it in the shop because people might think it's a real gun.
Oh, God.
I've got my bow. My bow. If you look up there, there's loads of arrows
Yeah.
above your head.
Hopefully they won't fall down.
There's multiple bows.
Oh,
up there.
God,
It's got
imagine.
the kids' bows and stuff up there.
What was it? Oh, the age you can buy
Very
alcohol.
nearly done. The age you can buy alcohol should be increased to 25.
Absolutely not. I think 18. The thing is, people at 15 drink alcohol and their parents buy it for them.
Yeah. But then you're allowed to do it
answer-
in
my-
a private premises. Drink alcohol.
Yeah, but
My answer to this was yes, it should, from a local shop or something like that. But from a pub, somewhere where you have to drink in,
yeah,
I don't
because you'd
think
be
it's,
spending a lot of money.
18's fine. I think 18's fine for it. It's not because you're spending a lot of money, because you're not out on the streets standing under the underpass. If you go down my local shop, you'll probably find some 15 or 16-year-olds stood outside the shop drinking alcohol under the underpass.
Yeah.
And that's the sort of thing I need to stop by raising the age to 25. But in a pub, I think it's fine. Go in the pub, buy a drink at 18, no problem. Eating meat is unethical.
Do it on. Oh, I don't want to start on the vegan topic.
Oh, I love talking about vegans.
Ah.
Social media has ruined society.
Yeah, 100%. A little bit.
What do you mean a little bit?
Quite a lot. But it has its benefits as well.
Like,
That's it.
Oh, that's it.
How did you find the podcast?
It's quite fun, actually. I might start my own.
Goes pretty quick, doesn't it? This is
Yeah.
how we end up talking for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Whereas that
Honestly,
list,
I'm
we
not
went through that
surprised.
list and it took 2 hours for us to get through that list.
Honestly, if I did this with my friends, it would be like 3 hours.
Yeah.
I have to chop it down into little ones.
If we done it somewhere warm,
Yeah. It might be
Yeah.
even longer.
my
Yeah.
hands numb. It'd be longer. So in summer they make it longer, but we're talking about maybe we can record a couple in one sitting.
Yeah.
But on that note, we're out.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Anything else to add before I go?
No, I did have one question regarding. No, it's fine.
Say it.
Oh, God.
No,
Say it.
no.
Say it.
It's regarding International Women's Day. Remember that? Remember the message I sent to you?
Oh, you mean the fact that a man won the awards at International Women's Day?
Oh,
No.
God.
Well,
So no, not a man, a woman that used to be a man.
You mean trans?
Yeah, I was about to
Yeah.
say.
Still
Yeah.
trans.
Trans woman. So I kept seeing loads of posts saying it's official. Men are better at everything, even better at being a woman.
Oh, God.
I don't believe that, but that's how I keep seeing that out on
Well, I mean,
on Twitter because it's the
My-
most toxic place in the world.
yeah, it is.
Yeah, I was about to say.
But my thing was, it depends on what. I mean, I don't really know what International Women's Day actually celebrates. Is it the history?
There's no International Man's Day, as far as I'm aware.
There is in November.
Really?
Yeah,
Is it celebrated?
not really.
Yeah, because men don't care.
Yeah, exactly. So is it celebrating the history and what women have achieved in history, or is it celebrating stuff
Because
now?
we are unequal,
Yeah.
so we're celebrating.
The achievements that you?
Yeah.
So does that include trans women?
Yeah.
Trans men that are women.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But all right, that was my question.
Off you go, mate. You got an answer.
Yeah.
Right. Bugger off. See you later.
Thank you.
Bye.